give students a place to listen, learn, and lead in. I'm one of your hosts, Avery, and today we will be interviewing our point of view staff and spotlighting our seniors.
Hi, my name is Jordy Emerson. I'm a senior, and I've been in podcast for 3 years.
Hi, Jordan. So, what is your favorite job in POV?
Personally, my favorite job is doing graphics. I find it very fun. I enjoy doing it all the time. I save them just so I can look back at them and be like, wow, look at my work I did.
Do you have any advice for freshmen?
I would say, because this is something I struggle with, don't focus too much on like, oh my god, I'm going to be a sophomore next year, oh my god, I'm going to be a junior. It's fun, but as they say, time does fly, and it goes really fast. So I would say just focus on the present, focus on that moment, and just enjoy yourself.
What are some plans for next year?
I'm going to Kennesaw State University. I'm going to be doing a double major, media entertainment and integrated global communications.
And last question is, what has been your favorite high school memory?
My favorite high school memory, I have to say, was on one of the pep rallies we went to my sophomore year. It was really fun. Me and all my friends were actually going crazy. I was in the front row, and I mean, like, honestly, all the pep rallies. I've had fun at all the pep rallies. So I'll say all the pep rallies are like my favorite high school memories.
My name is Caitlin Smith. I'm a senior, and this is my first year in the podcast class.
So, Caitlin, do you have any advice for the freshmen?
My advice for the freshmen would to be more outgoing. Definitely join stuff, get involved. It helps create a sense of community in the school that's really nice, and not a lot of people get.
What has been your favorite class you've taken in high school?
This might be a little different because a lot of people I know didn't like this class, but my AP Human Geography class, I thought it was really interesting. It was like, I don't know, learning about why people move and stuff like that. I think it was really interesting, but yeah.
What are some of your goals for the future?
I will be attending Florida A&M University. I'm in the honors program, so that's really fun. I'm going to be a biology major. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with the rest of that, but hoping to figure it out soon.
Was there an episode you wanted to make that didn't get made?
I'm sure there is one, but I don't remember.
Besides Miss Evans, who's your favorite teacher at Northview?
That is such a difficult question. I have so many favorites. I'm just gonna name a couple. Miss Lake, Miss Dice, Miss Pope. All of my language arts teachers have been so bomb. Mr. Pinto, best math teacher ever. Who else? Mr. Morgan. We have a lot of solid teachers here.
Hi, my name is Zara Duque, and I am in 10th grade, and I have been in a podcast for 1 year.
Hi, Zara. What is your favorite job in podcast?
Definitely has to be the graphic. I love having the creative ability to do whatever and express like all of the different themes or things that it might have come up in an episode in picture or in like a creative way.
What have you learned this year in podcast?
Can I stop for a second? Well, yeah, obviously. I don't know how to say it. Just like working.
Working for a team collaboration.
Okay.
I mean, different ideas.
You want me to re-ask the question?
No, it's. I think this year in podcast has really taught me to be able to grow the group of very different individuals, and I think that altogether we come and make a really good team. And it taught me like how to manage different types of personalities, which was very fun, rewarding, and also like how maybe like also my public speaking, it helped me to like not get so camera shy and be able to like talk fine in front of a mic.
All right. What is your favorite episode that you have worked on this year and why?
I think my favorite episode that I did this year was the Senior Sendoff video because I just got to interview so many different seniors that I'd never talked to. I think we interviewed around 30 seniors, and half of them I had never talked to, and I think it was very exciting and rewarding to know like what they're doing post high school.
All right. And for one little fun question we have, what is your favorite album of all time? Or favorite song?
Okay. My favorite album is Un Verano Sin Ti by Bad Bunny.
Hello, my name is Alan Liu. I'm a freshman in ninth grade, and I've been in podcast for 1 year.
Hi, Alan. So, what have you learned in podcasts this year?
I think we really do a variety of things, and I've learned a lot of skills, especially in terms of audio editing, video editing. So when we're making our episode, we have to do a lot of these kinds of activities in a software called Adobe, and I think it's taught me a lot of things like relating to audio visual stuff and how to edit them.
What is your favorite job in point of view?
Probably editing, like I said before, but also aside from just like the hardware, software stuff, I like interviewing people. I like talking to people, making friends, meeting new people. I think point of view in podcast is a great way to do it, and it's just a great way to learn new things about other people you might not have known before.
Will you continue next year in podcasts?
So I'm actually gonna be switching to another facet of journalism, the Messenger, which is a newspaper type publication. But I've really enjoyed my year in podcast, and I think I've learned a lot of invaluable skills that will carry over and I'll retain for the rest of my life.
And last fun question we have is, what is your favorite album of all time?
Oh shoot. One
Yes.
of all time. I can't do it. I
Song?
can't do it. A song? I guess like, right now, I don't know if y'all been following like a beef between Kendrick and Drake. Euphoria is pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. It's a good song. So right now, that's my favorite.
Hello, my name is Ethan Bradley. I'm in 10th grade and I've been doing podcasts for 1 year now.
Hi, Ethan. What have you learned this year in podcast?
A lot of things actually. How to use different Adobe Suite like products, and my favorite one was probably editing audio, which was just really enjoyable for me.
What is your favorite episode you have worked on this year and why?
My favorite episode was actually the fast food bracket one that we just finished. It was really fun for me to just be able to talk to like some of my closest friends in podcasting, and overall it was just a nice fun episode. It was pretty relaxed too.
Do you have a favorite job in POV?
Definitely editing audio. Like I love editing audio. It's like my jam. No pun intended. But yeah, it's just really enjoyable for me.
Do you have any plans for next year?
Probably continue orchestra and continue with my 3D pathway. I also been trying to do student council, so I'm probably going to do the best of my ability to do that. Might continue my career in Boy Scouts and try to get some Eagle Palms. And other than that, that's about it.
And finally, what is your favorite album?
My favorite album. I really like J Balvin's Jose album. It's just one of my favorite albums. I always come back and listen to it.
I'm Thomas Clancy. I'm a junior, and this is my first year in podcast.
So, Thomas, what have you learned this year in podcasting?
I learned how to become a better person because it helps you. At the start of the year, I was like a really bad procrastinator, and as I'm working with a team now, I've learned to not just wait until the final moments to do something this entire year.
What is your favorite episode you've worked on this year?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know, actually. I have to think about that one. I think it's the one that I worked on last, the food bracket one, probably.
What is your favorite job in point of view?
Graphic.
Why?
Because I like it. I'm always a very visual person. I already kind of do art on the side, just as a habit, not a habit, a hobby. And doing graphic is basically kind of just that. So.
And what is your favorite album, or just one you really enjoy?
Oh God, I don't listen to a lot of music, so I don't really have a favorite one. Does that suffice?
What's a song you really enjoy?
I know this guy with 39 subscribers. It's a song called "Push." Yeah, it's by a guy named Red Strike.
Hi, I'm Logan Cosper. I'm in the 11th grade, and I've been in podcasts for 2 years now.
All right, what have you learned this year in podcast?
The importance of actually having good social media presence more than anything.
What is your favorite episode that you worked on this year and why?
I guess it's the fast food bracket episode. It was the most recent one we did. And there was something really fun about having just a open, fun conversation on mic and being able to be opinionated and rude and not get in trouble on an episode.
Alright, what is your favorite job to do in point of view?
Producing, because it's lazy. Sometimes it's nice to not do it.
What are your plans to improve podcasts for next year?
Going more into social media going forward, working on our video aspect that we've been working on for the rest of this year, and then just improving the environment we're in. Crazy.
Alright, and a fun little question for you. What is your favorite album?
Oh no. Right now, I think Melt Your Eyes, See the Future by Denzel Curry. It changes so much right now because I'm listening to so much music.
Hi, my name's Emerson Seagraves. I'm in the 10th grade, and this is my first year at Point of View.
Hi, Emerson. So, what have you learned in podcasts this year?
I've learned a lot about collaborating with different kinds of people. A lot of people in this class I would have never thought to have spoken to beforehand, and I've learned so much about other people, which has been really nice.
What is your favorite episode you have worked on this year and why?
I really like the state tier list. I thought that was just really fun to talk with some of my friends about something kind of funny.
What is your favorite job in point of view?
I really just like the talking part. I know the editing and the graphic is really useful for the future, but I'm a yapper at heart.
And finally, what is your favorite album of all time?
Probably Rose by the Front Bottoms.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Avery, and I'm a sophomore here at Northview, and this is my first year on podcast.
Hi, Avery. So, what have you learned in podcasts this year?
I think this year I definitely learned a lot about how to use different kinds of media like Adobe and like Anchor when we had it. And I also learned a lot when I went to CSPA, which taught me a lot about how to improve podcasts, how to make your media more like viewed by an audience.
So, what are some plans you have for next year?
I think for me, I really want podcasts to grow in the social media aspect. For our CSPA episode, I made a Instagram reel, and I think we could definitely incorporate that a lot more when it comes to podcasts.
What is your favorite job in point of view?
I really like making the graphic because it's like total free creativity on it, and like it's whatever you want it to be, it's whatever you vision for your episode. But I also really like making the outlines because it like organizes the whole structure of what your episode is going to look like.
And finally, what is your favorite album?
I have a ton of favorites, but I think one of my favorite albums of all time is probably Sour by Olivia Rodrigo.
Hi, my name is Manavi Johari. I'm a junior here at Northview, and this is my first year in podcast.
So Manavi, what have you learned this year in podcast?
This year, I've learned to, I've always been like a quiet person. I don't really talk much, and I think in podcast this year, I've definitely like met a lot of new people, and I've expanded my like I've met so many new people, and like I've learned how to like not be so like closed-minded and stuff, and like open up to more people's like thoughts and like what they have in like that can bring to the table. Like I didn't know that so many people like have so many like different like ideas and everything, so we can like incorporate it and like build a better like podcast. So
What is your favorite episode? What is your favorite episode you've worked on this year?
my favorite episode we worked on this year is definitely like the Mandela effect one. That was like the one episode like I was really fascinated by because I didn't even know what a Mandela effect was until like we did the podcast, and like I figured out like how it's like the Mandela effect.
What is your favorite job to do in a podcast?
My favorite job is definitely editing. I really like to edit. It can be, at first it was like really hard because I didn't know what I was doing, but like once like I got the hang of it, I actually like really enjoyed it, like how to like cut and snip out some stuff and like add music to the podcast.
And what is your favorite album?
My favorite album is definitely um wait. It's gotta be Certified Lover Boy by Drake.
My name is Jonah. I'm a junior, and this is my third year in podcast.
All right. What have you learned this year in podcast?
I've definitely learned to be a leader much more because I'm an EIC this year, and I'm not just a regular staffer, so I have to help guide and teach people, and I've gotten better at that. I think I've struggled a little bit at the beginning, but I think I've improved.
So what are your plans to improve podcast next year?
Definitely the video aspect a lot more. We're trying to get maybe a permanent spot to record instead of like it's switching. Make our background look really nice and have a good aesthetic that's recognizable for the podcast. So, and definitely a lot more video.
What is your favorite episode you worked on this year and why?
Probably the Disney versus Pixar graphic or the bracket. Even though I didn't really agree with the picks, it was still a lot of fun to talk about something that I'm passionate about and have that debate.
What is your favorite job in point of view?
Definitely editing, and it's definitely not graphic. I really like editing. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of hard to get the hang of it at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's a breeze, honestly.
Right. And what is your favorite album?
There's so many. Blonde by Frank Ocean. I've been listening to so much recently, so I'll go with that.